Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be as bad, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You know what I'm talking about y'all. Convince me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, y'all? Sorry about that. It wasn't StreamYard. It was user error. It was me. I ain't even gonna tell y'all what I did or what I ain't even gonna tell y'all, because at this point it's so silly. That once I figured out what I was pissed off at myself, because now it's gonna take a while for everybody to come back in. Y'all know how YouTube is, but it's okay. Y'all came back and I appreciate it. So sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. That was user error. I can't blame nobody for that. All right. It's been a few days since I have been on this side. We've been kind of rocking out over on the review side for a while, because there's been a lot of shows and a lot of things I've been doing on that side. So we got a lot to catch. Well, we kind of don't. That's why I really ain't been over here. We kind of don't have a lot to catch up on, but we do. We're going to talk about a few things. I saw, Cajun, that you're watching Reasonable Doubt from season 1, leaving comments. Sir, can I say something? You can't leave comments on the video that's 3 years old, correcting something I got wrong. Okay? That's what you can't do, Cajun. Don't be telling me I got somebody's name wrong from something that I posted 3 years ago. Let it go. Okay? But we are almost caught up on Reasonable Doubt. I watched episode 7. I watched it last night. So if I have enough energy when I get off of here, I have a meeting that I have to go to, which is why I'm here early today. We'll kick it into El Teddy when we get done with this, so you guys can get over to El Teddy's. But if I have enough energy when I get done with what I have to do this evening, then I will go ahead and record episode 7. So we're almost caught up, because then we just have episode 8, which dropped last week. And then I guess the new episode drops on Thursday. So we'll catch up this week. We'll get caught up this week, because I can't wait to watch the next episode. I just got to do my review first. You must have seen the Brothers podcast with the Braxton's attorney. Was that the brother? I saw the Braxton's attorney. I don't know if it was the brother, but yeah, we're going to get into that. Yeah, we definitely going to get into that. So it is the beginning of the month. So we did. Oh, thank you, Ravine. I do have a goal set. Thank you, Ravine. Thank you for the super chat of $4.99. We back. Yes, we are back. We are back like we never left, honey. Thank you so much. Wait a minute. I'm trying to put it up on the screen. I'm trying to put the super chat up on the screen. But let me say hi to the people. Don, thank you for Don was the first one back in the room. Hey, Xavier, lovely Nola. Yes, Volvo. Hey, Cookie. Take 2. Cajun, Crazy Homebody Girl, J Diva, Carrie, Brandon, Brown Mama. Hey, what's up, T Renee? Cajun, I was just saying hi to you, Cajun. What's up, Quake? Hey, Sweet Pea. Season. I like this season better than before. I definitely upgraded storylines to keep us wanting more to show. Yes, I definitely feel like this is one of those shows that is either getting better or it's keeping the momentum, and I can appreciate that. Miss Bay Thing, what's going on? Ravine again. Thank you again for the super chat, my love. TT said the tech bros interrupt your stream, child. It was a me thing. I'll have to delete that live too. Back like we never left. Hey, DB. What's up, Brown Mama? Well, you know, it's so easy to just blame StreamYard, right? It's so easy to just say it's StreamYard. What's up, Lady D? Hey, Shan. What's going on? Montrez. Hey, Nori's notes. The Chelsea Cat bags are back for pre-sale. Make sure you get yours this time. I got I wasn't gonna say nothing until I got it, but the pre-sale they dropped this morning. The new colors. So I have one of the new colors. When I get it out, I'll do an unboxing when I get it. But it's a pre-sale, so they're not going to be shipped out till November the 30th. So they won't be shipped out until November the 30th. What really BTV were you trolling me because I was at the crab house getting my hands dirty, but hit the like button? No, thank you, boo. No, I wasn't doing it on purpose. I wasn't doing it on purpose. Oh, thank you, Ravine. Ravine, she blessed me again. We back. Yes, we back. Chanel Unfiltered Lock Queen Tracy. What's going on? It's been such a light day at work. Won't be like that tomorrow. Ciao. Grown woman, don't try me. Thank you for the gifted memberships. We have to see who got a membership. I did give my memberships for the beginning of the month, but they're on the other live. So I'll tell you guys who got a gifted membership. If you got a membership, make sure you drop down and you thank Grown Woman, Don't Try Me. Thank you so much. Ravine, thank you, boo. Thank you. I do feel better today. I don't want to go to work, but okay. Chanel Filter C Jones. If I miss you, she's dreaming. If I miss you, charge it to my head, not my heart. Let me let you guys know who got it over here. Okay, congratulations, Winter Blue, Terry T Baby, Travel Girl, Eileen and Carrie. Congratulations. And on the last stream, the people that got gifted memberships, I'm glad I took a screenshot of it. Are Florida T-Bird, Amber Shelby, Aisha Muhammad, Sierra C, and Universal Goddess. So congratulations. Now, I do have a goal set for today. Ravine has already contributed to the goal twice. If we hit the goal, I will give some more memberships, okay? If you super chat me, I'll give some more. Well, I ain't gonna say if you super chat me because you might super chat me $5. But if you super chat me enough, I'll give some more memberships. Okay. I mean, not super chat. You know what I'm saying. Cash App. Lord, I can't even get it out. Cash App. All right. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. We have a lot to get into. Like I said, I haven't been here for a minute, but we're going to go ahead and get into the things, honey. Some things need to be handled, honey. So, first of all, in case y'all care, Cardi B has confirmed that she's having a boy with Stephon Diggs. I feel like I told y'all it was a boy, though. I mean, I had a 50-50 chance of getting it right. It just so happens I was. So, okay. All right. Let's get into some of these quick drops. Let's get into some of these quick stories, and then we're going to move on from there. Baby, they say Diddy has been bragging around the jail yard that he's getting a pardon from Trump. And that is going to be coming early next year. That's what Diddy, allegedly, that's a rumor alert that Diddy has been walking around telling the people that Trump is going to pardon him. Now, I told y'all before, I wouldn't be surprised if he got a pardon from Trump. And after Sunday night, when Trump said he don't even know who these people are that he's pardoning, I think it just confirms that what we've already suspected or already know is that it is all about the money. It is all about who's donating, how much they're donating, when, where, and how they donating. This is not about anybody that might have been wrongfully convicted or you feel like they've served their time. Thank you so much. Miss Toby has sent a super chat. Going towards the goals. Oh, y'all trying to hit them goals today. Okay. Hold on. Let me scroll back up. Thank you so much, Miss Toby. That's my boo thing. I cannot wait to meet Miss Toby. And you know what was funny, Miss Toby? When I meet you, I'm not even going to, the minute you open your mouth, I'm going to know it's you. You have such a distinct voice, and I've heard your voice for so many years that all I'm gonna need you to say is good morning. Hey, Really B. I'm gonna know it's you. I can't wait. Thank you, Grown Woman. Don't try me for contributing to the goals. You are always a participant when we are doing the thing over here. And I appreciate y'all. C. Jones, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mwah. Y'all are we trying to hit it today. Have y'all missed me? Is it because I ain't been here in a couple of days? Have y'all missed me? I think the last live I did over here might have been Thursday. Maybe it was last Thursday, because I think Friday I just streamed on both channels, I think. The last time I was live over here, I think I did a live. It was on both channels, I think. I can't even remember, but it's been a minute. It's been a couple of days. I'm usually not gone that long unless I'm on vacation, but, you know, life be lifing sometimes. Life be lifing sometimes. You really do. Hey, Lauren, what's going on? Cruiser Bruiser, what's up? Look at the colors. Yes, I said if we hit our goal, I'm gonna give some more memberships. I think people trying to get a membership. All right, so that's what they said. Again, it's a rumor, y'all. It's a rumor. I don't know if Diddy done told the people or not, but there's a rumor. Okay, I don't know what Diddy done told the people, or if Diddy done told the people. You know, I was trying to figure out what I want for dinner tonight. I might go to this place right here. My DMV people. My people that live in the Maryland, my side of Maryland, not Toby's side of Maryland. If you live on my side of Maryland, have y'all ever been to Kitchen Classifieds? It looks like it's a soul food spot. It looks like it's over in Glen Burnie. Tell me if y'all done tried it. I'm gonna have to go check it out. Thank you, Miss Baythane. Miss Baythane said goals and helping with this heavy work week. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much. Toby, don't worry about, Cajun is a troll, child. Cajun is a troll. You been there, Miss Toby? Did you like it? Is it worth me when I get off this live? Because I have a meeting to go to. Is it worth me ordering me something from there? Your best friend loves that place. She lives in Glen Burnie. The food is okay. All right. I think I might go there for dinner tonight. I mean, pick up something on my way home. I have to see what time they close. Okay. I'm gonna see what time they close. Thank you, boo. It is election day. We about to close the door. We got to get the 150. Don ready to close them doors. We got to get the 150. We close the doors when we get to 150 people. We had 100 people when I had to shut down that last live, but it's okay. And she's from Northeast DC and extra picky. Okay, all right, okay. I'm from Northeast. What you trying to say? It's only 20. You know what? I'm not driving to Glen Burnie today. I am not driving it. You know what? I always get Glen Burnie and Glen Arden mixed up. I was thinking that this was in Glen Arden. I am not driving to Glen Burnie today. But this is a Saturday run. I may do this on a Saturday or a Sunday. Yeah. This is a Saturday or a Sunday run. But I don't know why I always get Glen Burnie and Glen Arden mixed up. I am not driving to Glen Burnie today. But I will go. I am going to check them out. Okay. Y'all, if y'all shut up, busy. I am sick. I mean, I'm better, but I wasn't feeling it last night. I just wasn't, sometimes you just, it was one of my, if you are listen, the polls have not closed. Y'all, please, let you go. I don't have no way of getting in touch with you, Toby. Listen, don't say it out loud. Don't answer out loud. But if you are on social media, just slide me a way to contact you, because I'll definitely let you know, because that's a Saturday or a Sunday run. That's because, again, I'll drive to Glen Burnie on the weekend. I'm not driving to Glen Burnie tonight. That's not going to happen. Is that the day Heavenly gonna lose that seat? Child, the seat that I can't even tell Heavenly was campaigning for. For the people that live down in Atlanta, did it seem like Heavenly was really campaigning? Like, seriously campaigning? Is it this election she's on the ballot? I'm from Anne Arundel County. Surprise, never heard of that place. Let me have your doggy bag when you go. Okay, boo. Exactly, Xavier. I've only missed a few times in my 4 years on the panel, baby. I can count on one hand how many panels I've missed. Now, busy, we can't say the same for you. You should be out of PTO. You shouldn't even have no PTO left. We closing the doors, y'all. Come on. It's 169 of y'all in here. We're gonna close these doors, and we got some stuff.
I said close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
All right, it's time to close those doors. Don is here. I don't know if Kenneth is here. He ain't dropped down yet, but y'all know Don can handle it. Y'all know what it is. The free 99. This is time to show your support for the platform. Although y'all been showing me support since we got started, but now's the time to show your support for the platform. If you could please, at this point in time, you could do it the free 99 way, which is to hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, or if you want to make a monetary donation to the platform, I mean, y'all know that donations are not required, but they are appreciated, and they are accepted, and they are appreciated. So if y'all want to make a donation, either hit the Cash App, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, or you can hit a super chat. We got a goal set. But if we have 167 people in the room, if we could get to 100 likes, 100 likes, I'd appreciate it. But now that I think about it, Heavenly's downgrading to a friend whether her son is in all that legal trouble. You know, let me say this. I don't want to get too much because this ain't on my agenda. We got a lot to cover today. But when I looked at the trailer for this season's Married to Medicine, I said they finally got her. I said they finally got her. Y'all know what I have said to y'all about Dr. Heavenly for years. For years, I have said to y'all about Dr. Heavenly keeping all the mess going because she ain't gonna never give y'all her real life. And I said, they got her this season. In the trailer, we see her talking about her son. We see her talking to her husband about it. And it does look like it's a little bit of tension. Now, y'all know the trailer is gonna be the trailer. The trailer is going to be the trailer. They're going to give you a little bit of this to keep you interested. But sorry. My ear. But it looks like she does have to actually talk about her life this year. So even though Lakeisha is a messy you-know-what. She's a messy you-know-what, okay? But baby, Lakeisha, you did that. Baby, Lakeisha, you broke that story. And you broke that story at the right time. Because that's the other thing about reality shows. It's the timing. Because if a story breaks and they've already done filming, you're not going to see it. And that gives them a whole season to sort of play around with it and figure out a way not to talk about it. But baby, that story broke right before they was getting ready to start filming again. Her son had to go back to court, his sentencing and all of that. You did that, Lakeisha. So for all the people who said that Dr. Heavenly never talks about her real life, you right. She doesn't. But they got her this year. I'm going to be honest with you guys. In the history of politics in this country, we've had a little bit of everybody run for office. So I'm not going to side-eye Dr. Heavenly running for office. I'm not even going to say I don't think it's real or I don't think it's a serious run because I don't know. And I'm not going to question, judge, whatever. But what I will say is it'll be interesting to see how this campaign runs over the next year. That's all I'm going to say about that. Do I think that Dr. Heavenly, because here's the thing, is Dr. Heavenly extra and does a lot and knows how to play the reality TV game and messy? Yeah, all of the above. But she's not stupid. She's not stupid. Oh, thank y'all. Yeah, I had to take the day off. I had to call out yesterday. Y'all. I was actually going to do a members only live and just open up, and I still may do it. I may do it later on when I get home tonight. What should I have for dinner since I'm not going to go to the soul food place? What should tell me what y'all think I should have for dinner, child? Tracy said the bar's open and it's strong. We have Adios MF. Okay. a jungle juice, and Incredible Hulk. For the non-drinkers, we have a blueberry mash. Baby, for old time's sake, slide me an Incredible Hulk, baby. That take me back to my clubbing days. Baby, you go to the bar. First of all, you had the pregame, and then you go to the bar and you get you a Incredible Hulk. Baby, those were the days, honey. Ooh. And if y'all don't know what a Incredible Hulk is, then you too young to have been partying with me. Then you was too young to be with me at the club. If you don't know what a Incredible Hulk is, then you was too young to be at the club with me. Nubian said, I'm having salmon, a sweet potato, and broccoli. Well, that sounds good. Can you make me one? Can you make me a plate? Seafood. Y'all know I'm always ready for some seafood now. You on a keto diet? I'm getting back on the bandwagon. I think that's why I'm sort of letting myself just eat a little bit of everything, because I'm actually getting back on the bandwagon. I said November the 1st, but it's going to be this weekend coming up. I think I'm just letting myself. I've been just letting myself get it all out of my system because I'm getting back on my grind. Trying to lose some. I have a goal of what I want to lose before the cruise. I wanted to lose like 10 pounds before Books and Bourbon, but I didn't. But I want to lose. I have a goal in mind, and it's a reasonable goal. I'm not going to be starving myself, but I have a goal before the cruise, and then I have a goal before James's cruise, and then I have a goal before my summer trips. So, yeah. Thank you, Bap. Yeah, Don, I talked to you the other day. Yeah, you told me what you were working with. You're going to FedEx it to me. Cruiser says she need to drop 80 pounds. Okay, boo, you can do it. You can do it. Put your back into it. All right. So, like I was saying, listen, for some of you guys, I know in Virginia, for all of my DMV people, if you are on the Virginia side, if you have not already voted, please go vote. Please go vote. Tawana, are you feeling better? Baby, I meant to follow up with you, but then I started not feeling good. Not anywhere on close to what me and you talked about, but then I started not feeling well. But okay. Yeah, baby, the bottles are here. They're not going nowhere. I'm not going to drink them. I ain't going to drink them. Thank you for the super chat, boo. And I'm glad that you are feeling better. I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah. But don't listen. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Okay, let me hit a couple of quick hits. Charles Oakley was ordered to pay James Dolan and the Knicks close to $650,000 after suing over ejection. Now, y'all know they brought this up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, where they said that Charles was so embarrassed that he got put out of Madison Square Garden after getting ejected. I didn't read the lawsuit. I'm not going to go read the lawsuit. What I will say is they have a right to put you out if they feel like you are being disorderly or they feel like you are violating their code of conduct. We see it happen all the time where people get put out of sports arenas, people get banned from sports arenas. So again, I didn't read the lawsuit, but I'm not surprised that he lost. I didn't even know he was suing. And I'm not surprised that he lost because if I remember correctly, and I don't remember all the details. I don't remember all of the details. But what I do remember is that, thank you. But what I do remember is that he was like, he was fighting with security, not physically fighting, but he was verbally sparring with security. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for the bless yous. So I don't know. I mean, but that's a lot of money. Almost, that's over $500,000. Because I said 650,000. That's a lot. Baby, I'm so sick of these ads too. Oh, I'm so sick of these ads. Trump didn't endorse Winsome Earl Sayers, but she sure was trying to get it though. All right. Soulja Boy is accused of illegally rebranding a gaming console and doubling the prices. They're saying that it is a tech scandal. I'm going to show y'all the picture. Now, y'all let me know. Now, it's called a Retroid Pocket Flip 2. That's what this is right here. That's the Retroid Pocket Flip 2. Y'all see it? Now, this is Soulja Boy's Pocket Flip. That's Soulja Boy's Pocket Flip. I'm going to show y'all picture number 1. Retroid Pocket Flip. Soldier Boy's game console. Baby, they said Soldier Boy put his name on it and marked the price up 300%. Sir, you can't do that. He was asked to leave for no reason, then argued with security. To that point, he did nothing wrong. So, Terrence, that's what we got to rewind the clock back. How do I know? I didn't read the lawsuit, like I said, but they didn't just walk up to you for no reason and ask you to leave. Something happened before that. Security didn't just come and tap you on your shoulder. You are a legend. You are a Knicks legend. You are a name. You are a basketball celebrity. They didn't just pop up to you and tap you on your shoulder and ask you to leave for no reason. I don't believe that. Now, I could be wrong. Because like I said, I did not read the lawsuit, and that thing happened about 4-5 years ago. I don't remember all the details. But I do not believe that somebody just tapped him on his shoulder for no reason and asked him to leave. That's the part I don't believe. That you're not going to convince me that he was sitting there minding his business, enjoying the game, eating him some popcorn, having him a little soda pop, and somebody says, sir, we need you to leave. And you are a whole Knicks living legend. I don't believe that. Now, again, I would have to go back and read the lawsuit and read the answer to the lawsuit. But I don't believe that there was for no reason. See, that's the quote. James Dolan happened. Dolan has never liked Oakley. Okay, Terrence. Like I said, I didn't read the lawsuit, so I can't say you wrong. I'm just saying what I believe, but I didn't read the lawsuit, so. And I'm not pulling up the article. We got too much to jump. We got too much to cover. Y'all's president said that he don't care what the court said. He not giving these people their SNAP money. Now I'm gonna be honest and tell you, I'm not shocked by that. That's really what I expected. I'm surprised it took him 3 days to come down and tell y'all that. But when the court told him that he had to pay those people and he said he needed clarification from the court, I didn't believe he was going to get those people their money. And then he said, well, I'm going to get them half of their money. And somebody tapped him on his shoulder and said, no, we not. Because I keep telling y'all, the president is not, Trump is not running this country. It's the people in the room. It's the puppeteers that's running this country. And Trump said, okay, fine, we'll get him half of what they're supposed to get. And the people in the back that's really running this country said, no, we're not. We're not giving them half of nothing. I said, we're not giving them half of nothing. And we don't really care what the court said. Let them sue us. By the time they sue us, and what they gonna do? They're gonna open up the treasury and start and push the button to start I'm sure it's just a switch. I'm sure it's a code you put in to release the funds, but it's just gonna go to court. Do you know how many lawsuits people have against this administration right now? Like, they don't care. Those are the same people that are pushing Erica and JD. Baby, let me tell y'all something. Now, I wasn't getting into it, and I really wasn't going to get into all of that. But, baby, let me tell y'all something. Mrs. JD Vance, baby, I hope you got an escape plan. I hope you got an exit strategy. I hope you have been hiding money. I hope you have been making copies of things. I hope you know where the bodies are buried. Because, baby, Erica coming to get her man. Baby, Erica is coming to get her man. Now, I don't know if y'all saw that picture of the two of them embracing. You said she need to start cooking her own food. Some people don't like divorce. Now, that's true. That's true. That's true. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. Um, Looks like that there's a documentary in the works on Assata Shakur's revolutionary life. I'm here for it. I'm definitely going to support that. We're going to talk about it when it drops. We're here for it. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Um, Lawyer says that Russell Simmons has resolved 3 of his SA lawsuits. Great. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I mean, to be honest, we've had this conversation a million times. When it's time for a civil lawsuit, there's really only one remedy. I mean, you can ask for an apology, yada yada yada, but in all reality, there's really only one remedy. Okay. Now, I thought this was funny before we get into some of these heavy some of these heavier stories. Baby, why did protesters slash the tires of Border Patrol vehicles during an ICE raid? See, that's the kind of shit I'm here for. That is, no, he's never coming back to the United States, Xavier. I mean, when I say never, I mean like to live or anything like that. Like, he's not coming back. But baby, that's the kind of stuff that I'm here for. When I saw the footage of them people trying to ride away on them slash tires and ended up having to get towed. See, that's the kind of stuff we need to start doing, y'all. And when I say we, I mean all of us. That's the kind of shit. You good, Janae. And congratulations to you and your new hubby, honey. Congratulations to y'all. Terrence laughed because you said the same thing I did. By the way, thank you. What did I say? Tell me what I said. I don't know what you're talking about, baby. But yeah. That's the kind of stuff we need to do, y'all. Again, there's small things we could do. Like when I was telling y'all up in Chicago where they not letting the ICE agents eat. They're not letting them use the bathroom. They towing their cars. Like, you know, I think a good slashed tire is a good thing. They had to call the tow truck. Yes, honey. They had to call the tow truck had to pull them away from the scene, and the had the footage of the men on them tow trucks. I think that's the funniest shit. Like, don't get me wrong. When it comes to this whole ICE situation, there's really nothing funny about it. But when you can get a lick in here or there, I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. And I'm definitely here for the slash tires. I'm here for the towing of the vehicles. I'm here for all of it. Whatever we can do. Y'all drop congratulations in the chat for Janae. She just got hitched, honey. She just got hitched. Shout out to all of the tourists down in Jamaica that are helping clean up while they've been stranded. I've seen a lot of footage where tourists are helping to clean up the resort where they're staying. Shout out to them. Listen, I know that a lot of times we get caught up on the negative things. I know they showed us a lot of videos, when I say, on TikTok or whatever, of people complaining and people talking about being stuck in Jamaica and complaining about what the resort was or wasn't doing. Y'all always, and when I say y'all, I ain't talking about y'all. Y'all always show y'all's privilege when y'all go places and act a damn fool. There is literally a Category 5 hurricane coming, and people were literally on Instagram complaining about what the resort was or was not doing. And can I say it? Y'all, can I say it? Baby, tell me I can say it. Because I'm going to go on and say it. The people that was probably going down to the TikTok, see, this about to sound real elitist to me. It's getting ready to sound real elitist to me, but y'all love it. Y'all gonna stay here with me with it. The people that was probably down on the TikTok complaining about, y'all was probably there on a 2-for-1 Groupon to begin with. Okay, y'all probably was already 5 people to a room so y'all could split it 5 ways because y'all really didn't. You see what I'm saying? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all down there complaining about the resort and what the resort is or is not doing when they probably have thousands of guests that they have to be worried about. They have to worry about if they have enough food, are the generators going to work. They have to worry about debris. They have to worry about the safety of their workers, of their employees. People probably called out. People probably wasn't there because they had to take care of their family and take care of what they got going on at home, okay? And y'all had a nerve to get on damn TikTok and want to complain about the resort and what the resort was or wasn't doing. Them people that was probably out there that I saw in them videos with the rakes and the brooms and picking up debris and carrying the stuff around, them women that were out there, those men that were out there, they're the ones that probably paid full price and was probably staying 2 to a room. Those are people that might have been staying in suites. Shit. It just irritates me. Y'all always show that y'all ain't never been nowhere before. And it shows your privilege. I wonder why we could take Trump out of the equation. They already don't like us in a lot of places. If you travel outside of your neighborhood, you will understand. They already don't like us half the place. Listen, I done been. Y'all know I done been out of this country. They already don't like us in a lot of places. And that's why. Because we always walk around like our shit don't stink. Y'all need to get it together. Y'all act like these people asked for a hurricane to come. Y'all down there complaining like they said, we want a hurricane. We can't wait for a hurricane to come. And a category 5? What is wrong with y'all? Anyway. But shout out to the people that did help. Because, you know, the negative is always going to get the attention. So shout out to the positive. Jay said, as a flight attendant, she right. Us don't like us in other countries. I saw a video that said Jamaica doesn't own its own beaches. So who owns it? The government? Who owns? I mean, I don't know. I've never. Who owns the beaches then? I know in a lot of places, beaches are public domain. Like nobody owns them. They're public property. Like you have a right to. There's no private beaches in a lot of places. Right, and they get to go home. Child, we about to get to it, Kim. I'm getting there in a minute, boo. I'm working my way through these stories, honey. Yes, my cousin moved to Kingston 5 years ago. She did tell me people were helping in the areas where they are needed, and the ones that get on TikTok complaining are getting cursed the hell out. Good, as they should. As they should. Yeah, lovely Nola. For people who have been through a category 5, I baby, you have my yeah. And I know your experience was with Katrina, and send them home in a damn dinghy. I know that's right. Okay. All right. All right. Where do I want to go next? Do we want to talk about Marvin Winans, and then we want to go to Tamar and then Nicki? Let's do those. We got. What time is it? What time is it? Okay, yeah. That'll take us to El Teddy. Now, Cruiser did a video on this a few minutes ago, and St. James did a video on it, and Don probably did a video on it as well. Did we meet our goal? I can't tell from this side. Let me know if we met our goal, so I'll know whether I need to buy some more memberships. That's what the goal is. The goal is if we hit our goal, I'm buy some more memberships. I'm gonna give some more memberships today. Okay. I live in Houston and I don't like no categories. I know that's right. 6 out of 10. Okay. I just don't want to miss it. I don't want y'all to be like, really, B, you ain't miss it. I mean, you ain't do it. Okay. So, y'all remember the lady, y'all remember the situation with Marvin Winans and the woman who walked down there with her grandson and gave the money, and he got on her, told her she was in the wrong line, and she only had $1,300 if she was supposed to have $2,000. And y'all remember the we talked about it. Okay, we talked about it. Now, like the next day on the news, her name was Roberta. Hold on, I was gonna say Roberta Flack. That ain't her name. Roberta McCoy. We saw an interview with Miss Roberta basically saying he didn't rebuke me. You know, I was in the wrong line and I love my pastor, right? And then we saw with Marvin Wayans explaining his side. And again, you know what? I keep saying Wayans like the Wayans brothers. Winans, child. Winans. Thank you, Cruiser. Child, I keep saying the man's name wrong. Winans. The Winans is okay. Oh, it was her son? I thought it was her grandson. Her son. Okay. And then he did the interview. I'm not going to play the whole thing over again, but we talked about it where basically he said, you know, I didn't rebuke her. You know, I was just, you know, we had been collecting the money and, you know, I had given instructions. And even when he gave his instructions, it still was confusing. We all said we were still confused. And then his homeboys came down here defending him. You had Marvin Sapp, who, you know, he's still dealing with the backlash from, you know, his situation.
I said close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
And then we had Fred Hammond, who came down and said, oh, they only going to tell you part of the story. Here's the whole video. And when we looked at the whole video, we were like, Fred, you could have kept that because that didn't clear up nothing. And y'all know I love me some Fred. I love me some Fred. But Fred, you could have stayed to the left on that one because that didn't. Now, what I told y'all with the Marvin Wayans, Marvin Sapp situation, once we got some clarity on it, I did see it a little differently. Although I still feel like his tone could have been different. But once was explained that they were raising this money, that, you know, the money wasn't for him and that they were in like a convention center and he was telling them to close the doors before they started taking up the money, I understood. And I came back down and said, you know what? Now that I have the full context, I kind of get it. Although I still feel like his tone could have been better, right? So with Marvin Winans, I was trying to feel the same way. I was like, well, maybe if we get more context, it'll be better. Yeah, y'all going over there and subscribe to Cruiser because she been going live kind of regularly lately, child. She been getting in that church mess. But once I heard his explanation and I saw the full video, my opinion didn't change. If anything, my opinion probably was more on the other side than that. Okay. Now, this is what I'm going to say. Roberta then went down to her Facebook to clear some things up. Okay. Y'all ready to hear this? I'm not going to read that long ass letter. Now, there was two different letters. There was this post, and then there was this long ass letter that she posted. Now, St. James read the whole letter. Y'all can go catch his whole video. Cruiser, she read part of the letter. She, you know, Cruiser, her patience is short, okay? So Cruiser gave you a little bit. Now, I'm going to give y'all a little bit, too. I'm not reading that whole damn letter, okay? Because she go through her whole history. She go back to high school. Okay, in that other letter, she talking about when she went to the high school prom in 1980. Ain't nobody, Roberta, hey girl, don't nobody care nothing about you going to the prom. 1985. Don't nobody care nothing about it. Okay, got to give it to us quick. You're writing these long dissertations down to the book of the faces. We don't care who you went to the prom with. Okay, now, but let me read y'all what Miss Roberta said. Roberta said, it's like I'm turning invisible now. I'm no longer useful to them. I serve their purpose. I was only damage control. They wanted to protect the name, protect the brand. Their cause of concern, she put that in quotes, concern was stopped when the media storm stopped. I see that with wide open eyes now. They turned on me. They blamed me. Now it's my fault? They say I'm the one that owes Pastor Winans an apology. Yeah. They say I need to grow up. I need to be an adult about this. My heart is broken. I'm fading. It's not funny. Yeah, that's why I can't do this shit. Take it seriously. She said, I'm fading away. Girl, Roberta. She said, I'm fading away. My big heart for people is shrinking into a shallow heartbeat. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Whew. I can hardly hear my own heartbeat anymore. I'm becoming someone that I don't know. My heartbeats are slower now. I'm fading. Can you still see me? Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Can you still see me? I was Roberta McCoy. Who am I now? Can you find me? Do you see me? Where am I? My beautiful soul has been replaced with this broken soul. Where am I? Where is my life? Can you find me? Can you see me? Can you find a remnant of me left? I can't see myself anymore through these tears. Can you see me? Am I totally invisible yet? This feels like an out of body experience. This feels like a nightmare stuck on the repeat button. Can you still see me? I'm turning into a shadow. The light in my eyes are dimmer. I'm fading. Can you see me? Girl, stop it! Roberta! Girl. Roberta. Now, Roberta is an English teacher, so she a little dramatical. Okay? She a little dramatical. Okay? Oh, gosh. So then she wrote this long dissertation. Like I said, I'm not reading this whole thing. I don't have the energy for it. Okay? I don't have the energy today to read y'all this whole dissertation. But suffice to say, let me put my other glasses on. Because it's writing. Okay. Oh, Lord. I need that. Oh, Lord. I know I'm blurred. I know the screen got me blurred. Give me a second. I had to change my glasses, child. I had to change my glasses. Not that's a limerick. Okay. Now let me read y'all some of this letter. I'm not reading this whole thing, but let me read y'all some of this letter. Okay. Dear family and close friends, I didn't get quiet in this. I am shocked, hurt, and just trying to survive. I have been followed, accused of lies. Strange cars were sitting outside my house. I had to file a police report because someone came into my house, all because I have a faithful church member who got on the wrong offering line. Girl. Okay. I'm a working member in my church. I'm out here trying to represent Jesus. I want my name in the Lamb's Book of Life. I want to live a quiet, peaceful Christian life. not just say I'm a Christian. I'm trying to maintain my integrity. Even now, pain caused this hurt. Deep pain, unnecessary church pain, embarrassing pain, sleepless night pain. See, Roberta, we get it, girl. You got some pain. Then she goes on to talk about how her children grew up in the church and who she went to the prom with. And okay, we're gonna skip down. We're gonna skip down. Okay. She says now about that apology. The only apology I got was I apologize to you that you're going through this. Let's talk about the Channel 7 interview. When I got the call to meet at Channel 7, in my mind, I was thinking that we were going to have a public apology, not separate interviews. That's why I went. That's why I brought my grandson. It was her grandson, y'all. Explain to me how it was only an interview about 12 to 15 minutes long, and I was separate from my pastor. Okay, hold on. All because I got in the wrong line and this little boy wanted to give. So she said, Karen, who was the news anchor, asked me about an apology because I was asked 3 times by pastor church administrators to make sure that you say, so I make sure you say, basically say it was your fault. So they prepped her for this interview. It's kind of cut off. That's why I'm sort of, listen, I screenshotted this from somebody else. Okay. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. Okay. So it's a little cut off. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Okay. I went over to the Book of Faces and I couldn't find this. Okay. So I screenshotted it from somebody else. Okay. She said the pastor did give directions several times, but she wasn't the only one that got in the wrong line. But she was the only one that was verbally talked to as stern. She went on to say that her grandson has been traumatized by this because it was his idea to get up in the first place. And he was very upset. He felt like he got his grandmother in trouble. Okay. Now that I'm not playing with because that was my problem from the beginning. Once again, my issue is never about collecting money in church. Church been collecting money as long as church has been around. Church collected money from the slaves. Church collected money from the Hebrew. Listen, church has been collecting money for as long as the church has been around. My problem was how it was handled. That's my only problem. I don't give a damn if these people want to give Marvin Winans all their money for him to build this church that he's been trying to build for the last 20 years and barely done broke ground on it. Baby, do you. I ain't about to sit here and tell nobody where to put their money. Unless you want to put it in my Cash App, then it is welcome, okay? But I ain't about to sit here and tell nobody where to put their money. If you want to give this man all your money, give him all your money. But my problem is how he chose to speak to that woman, especially in front of her son/grandson. Now, Miss Roberta, I am going to say this to you, though, my love. Now you have to make a decision. I understand you wanting to tell your side of the story. You have every right to tell your side. If you feel like you were duped, if you feel like you were used, if you feel like you were mistreated, you have every right to tell your story, and you have every right to change your mind. If you did that interview 3 weeks ago and you felt one way and you don't feel that way anymore now, you have every right to tell your story. But here's what I don't want. And I've said this to other people. Don't keep complaining about it and then you getting up every Sunday morning and you the first one in the parking lot. If you feel like you are not being respected, if you feel like your money is not being respected, baby, it's a church on every corner. Go somewhere your soul is going to be fed. And I mean, I say that to people all the time. You have to go where your soul is going to be fed. Now, I done seen where Cruiser got a little extra on her channel. So y'all go check out the video she did earlier today. She got a little extra. She got another member, former member of the church is speaking on some things. So y'all go check that video out. But that's just how I feel about it. Roberta, you have every right to tell your story. But when you get done telling your story, then you got to make a decision. And if you decide that you want to still sit up there every Sunday morning and get that man your money, then baby, I don't want to hear no more about it. I don't want to hear no more about it. Don, how long they been trying to build that church? How long? When did Marvin Winans, baby, that church, listen, Pam did a video on this when Pam first started her channel. One of the first videos that Pam did when she first started her channel outside of the Whitehead stuff was the video. That's how I even knew about it, was this video on Marvin Winans, how the city of Detroit is trying to take that land back because it is an eyesore. Because he broke ground on that land 15 years ago and he ain't done nothing with it yet. And it is just sitting there. And the city of Detroit has actually filed paperwork to try and take that land back from Marvin and his church because they're not doing nothing with it. Which is another reason why now he done amped up all of this. We got to build. We got to raise money because he working against a clock up there. Now, I'm going to have to ask Pam what the update is because I think she did do an update. But if you go back to her original video she did probably about 3 years ago. It was when she first started her channel. So maybe about 2 years ago. She did a breakdown of it. But back then, the land, he's in court. He's fighting with the city of Detroit right now to hold on to that land. And again, that's between you and him and your bank account. But ain't no way in hell, and I meant hell, that I'm going to get up every Sunday morning and I'm going to tithe to a church and we can't break ground for 15 years. I bet you Marvin done had a new car though. I bet you Marvin done done some upgrades to his house. Huh? He probably done got a raise. There it is right there. Thank you, Xavier. Xavier found it. Y'all go over there and y'all check that video out. If y'all want a little bit more of the background of what's going on between Marvin Winans, excuse me, I keep saying it wrong. Marvin Winans and Perfecting Church and the city of Detroit. Y'all start with that video because Pam actually, y'all know how Pam does. She pulled the legal documents. And y'all put it in the comments. Y'all let Pam know. Really B told us to come check it out. Y'all know what to do when I send y'all somewhere. Y'all let the people know. Really B said, come check this video out. Y'all go check it out. Because I know Pam is going to be like, why is everybody watching this video all of a sudden? Yeah, very Umar Johnson-ish. And the only difference between what Umar Johnson has been doing with this school and what Marvin Winans has been doing with this church is their last name. You name me any other pastor that would have got away with what Marvin Winans has been getting away with, having these people donate to a church that ain't never going to get built. Right. Why he ain't have just a couple of concerts? Anyway. So there's that, y'all. There's that. Oh, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. You putting that on my dinner. You putting that on when I get out of here. Y'all know I'm headed out here to give me some dinner. I'm putting that towards my dinner fund. Marvin can do a whole lot of stuff to get the money. He too sick to perform. Yeah, but his family not. Marvin selling dinner dates. He's selling something, child. Now listen, while I was scrolling through the TikTok, I came across a video today. Now I know we've been talking a lot about Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali. And I think the majority of y'all in this chat, probably see it for what it is. Now, some of y'all might feel like the people are picking on Clarissa and she ain't doing nothing that other boxers don't do. She just talking her shit. I've seen some of the comments that people have left under other videos and other places and stuff. But I came across this. Hold on, let me go over here. Hold on. Oh Lord, I hit the wrong one in the Instagram. Hold on, let me go over to the TikTok. I need to plug up my device so we can start going live on TikTok again. Okay. Now I want y'all to hear this. Now Clarissa Shields has beef with the rapper Cameron. I want y'all to hear him from, now this is his side of the story, but I want y'all to hear from his perspective. What up, Shade in the city? Hey, boom. Can you get Benji some dinner too, Auntie? He said he's thinking pizza or maybe Middle Eastern. You know, I found a doggy treat. And I said, Benji must have hid this when he was here. I was, when you come here, you'll see I did some stuff to that back room. And I found a doggy treat. Benji. Hiding doggy treats. I guess he thought he was going to go back and eat it later. I said, what is this? And it was a whole doggy treat. Benji. All right. So I want y'all to hear what Cameron had to say.
Usually after I fuck him, I never had a few.
Excuse the language, but he's saying I've never had, he probably saved it for later and then forgot to go back and get it, or y'all left, right? It wasn't in a couch, it was under the bed. It was under the bed. So he's talking about Clarissa Shields. Again, pardon his crassness, but you know, he cussing.
Female stalker that I did fuck. This is kind of new for me. So this is actually what happened. I did the face-off between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. I'm reading the cue cards. We talked about this last week, but I'm going to fool my audience who don't know. I'm reading the cue cards. On the cue cards, it says, the most watched women's fight ever, Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano.
So Cameron was like the ring announcer for a women's boxing match. Remember when Tyson did the exhibition against Jake Paul a few months ago? No, it was about a year ago now. Yeah, that was about a year ago. There was a women's boxing match that was one of the undercards. So Cameron was the ring announcer, right? You know, like the celebrity ring announcer. So he said, I was just reading what the card said. So, okay.
I know it's the most watched female boxing match. Now, don't get me wrong, I love female boxing, but I never studied who was the most watched female boxing match. So I'm just reading what's on the card. After that, she goes on the DMs me, yo, you got that wrong, champ. Da 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 da. I'm the most watched female fighter. Fine. I said, congratulations. But after last night, which was the next day after the Jake Paul main event with them, I said, you got some catching up to do. Cool. After that, she says, I look forward to breaking records. I put fire emoji. The next day after that, she does a 20-minute interview dissing me. Cam is trying to rewrite history. Cam don't know what he's talking about. Cam is crazy. This nigga, he don't like black women. Da 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 da. And I'm like, bro, all I did was read what was on the cue card. How I'm trying to rewrite history. I didn't know who was the most watched, but I did know after the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, and they co-made an event, it was 50 million, 60 million, whatever it was watching them. All this turns into Cam don't like black women. Cam is hating on me. I'm trying to rewrite history. I didn't know the history. So then I left it alone. I said what I said on the show. Then she tagging me in videos talking about, yeah, Cam, look at this, and that, third. So I left it alone. She tagged me again. So I DM'd her back. I said, this is stalking at this point. I don't want to give you that.
So he goes further. But I came across that today and I saved it because I was like, This is exactly the way that Layla Ali described what happened between her and Clarissa. She made a comment in an interview. Clarissa took it way left. Layla told her, listen, girl, I ain't mean it like that. You know I got you. You know I support you. And it has turned into this 3-year thing where she can't keep Layla's name out her mouth, right? Same thing. And I didn't even know her and Cameron had beef, right? But he was like, all I did was read the card. But he not wrong in what he said. He said, okay, you might have been the most watched before now. But after tonight, you not the most watched because there were 40 million people watching this fight worldwide. You can't be the most watched at this point. Now, he goes on in that clip to talk about how by the end of their exchange, she actually challenged him to a fight. And he was like, what? Like, so now you want to fight niggas? Like, that's what we doing here? I'm going to say this, and I know that when it came to the Remy thing, a lot of us were split on that. Some of y'all understood what I was saying about Remy, and I 100% had Remy's back on it. I ain't saying Remy was all right, but I supported Remy because I feel like Remy let Clarissa call her name many, many, many times. Regardless of what was going on between Remy and Papoose and who cheated, who didn't cheat, whether they were married, whether they were separated, like all of that, that was married people's business. That was their married people's business. Clarissa, every chance she got, was alluding to Remy, making little smart comments, dropping little sly comments, you know, talking about little things here and there. And Remy let a lot of that shit slide until she got tired. And that's why she said, Papoose, every time she say my name, I'm going to say your name. Because I might not know nothing about her. Oh, but I know everything about you. And she wouldn't be mentioning me if it weren't for y'all. So yes, I understand that some people were like, well, she can't control. Papoose can't control what come out of her mouth. I see Clarissa done stopped talking so much about Remy though, hasn't she? Thank you, Corinne. Hey, boo. Let's get Really Be to her goal. Who's grabbing the last two? Thank you, boo. But anyway, that wasn't even what I was going. I thought about it because I wrote that down. I did write it down on my list because I was scrolling through. All right, so oh Lord, okay. All right, so Pap needs to get his sugar mama clearance. You know what? That lady, I'm not doing this with you. Okay, so let me slide into. I think we have what I said. We had 2 more to get to. I wanted to talk about this teacher. So y'all remember us, and then we're gonna get to Tamar and and Nicki. Remember the teacher? Hold on. Remember the teacher that got shot down in Virginia? I believe it was Newport News, Virginia. Well, the trial has started. Remember she was a young white teacher, little boy. They call him JT. I'm trying to decide how much I want to say. Some of this I might have to just say. I'm going to say privately. But the trial has started. And the teacher is suing for $40 million. I don't blame her. And I told you guys this before. I said when she get done, she gonna own that school system. Now I believe that. Thank you, Nay. Thank you, Benji. I was thinking about Benji yesterday when I was cleaning up a little bit. I said, oh, I can't wait for Benji to come down and run around my house. Thank you, Lock Queen. Did we hit it? Was that it? Did we hit it? Here's what's disgusting to me. As I'm watching the trial and I'm watching clips on TikTok and things like that, understand the legalese of things. Thank you. Something to put on my Chelsea cat bag. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think we hit it. We must have hit it. So remind me, I'll do some more memberships in a minute. I understand. I understand that people that the legalese of it is that you got to defend something, right? They don't want to just give this lady. See, here's what they should have done. They should have settled with this woman. Thank you. I'm gonna do the gifted memberships in a minute. They should have just settled. I'm not saying, in a negotiation, you always negotiate high, negotiate low, and you meet somewhere in the middle, right? If the woman was asking for 40 million, she probably would have taken 25. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that this has even gone to trial is really crazy to me, because now they're trying to turn it on the teacher, which is really disgusting me. Because in my mind, there is no world where this is acceptable. Okay, El said he set up the live. There's absolutely no justification for what happened to this in this situation. We talked about this on the teacher project, and I think we're gonna have to do a follow-up on this one. But for the people who don't remember the details, it was a young boy by the name of JT. Well, they're calling him JT for the purposes of the case because he's a minor. He brought a weapon to school. 4 adults and 3 students told the assistant principal that this child had a pow-pow, right? The assistant principal would not let them search him. It said, well, we have to wait for his mother to get here. And it's almost the end of the day. So we're just going to we're going to just let it ride to the end of the day. Now, this is a young man that already had a lot of behavior issues to the point where they had they called it a care plan for him, where a parent literally is supposed to be in school with him every day. First of all, that's not even legal. If you have to create paperwork that says this child can't come to school unless a parent is with him all day long supervising him, then that's not the right setting for him. He should have been put in a behavioral program, not at the public school. They should have found a private placement for him, because there's no, anybody that's in education, back me up on this one. There is no IEP, care plan, 504 that says a behavioral intervention that says that a parent has to sit with a child every day, all day, or they can't come to school. But even if that were a legal document, the parent wasn't with the boy that day. So then he should have been sent home, right? If y'all created a plan that said this young man can't be in this building without parental supervision, then it seems to me like he shouldn't have been in the building if the parent wasn't with him that day. Are y'all with me? So that's number one. According by y'all own rules, he shouldn't even been there that day, right? Then the assistant principal was in charge. They said that the reason why the assistant principal didn't have time to stop and handle the issue is because she was doing state testing. The makeups for state testing. The makeups. Not even just the state testing, makeup for state testing, which they said was it was less than 40 kids. So even if that is your priority, it was less than 40 kids. They said that woman didn't even look up from her desk when they went in there and told her that boy had a weapon. And then she had the nerve to say, because when he went out for lunch, one of the teachers did search his book bag. But come to find out, he had taken it with him out to lunch. He had put it in his coat and showed it to a girl on the playground and told her if she told anybody, he was going to pow her. So she told the teacher. So again, they tell the assistant. I don't know why they didn't tell the principal. I don't have that much information. But they told the assistant principal. She said, I don't believe that because his coat isn't even big enough to have a pow in the pocket. I'm sorry, what? They have insurance companies, Janae. They have insurance companies. Everybody's insured. They have insurance companies. She gonna get her money. I said this from the beginning. I said she gonna own Newport News public schools by the time she get done. The assistant principal was fired. She was fired. She was fired. But here's where it got real disgusting. One of the things they brought up while the teacher was testifying, they had the nerve to tell that woman who was shot through her hand and it hit her chest. Thank God she's alive, right? They had the nerve to act in court. The attorney for the assistant principal had a nerve to say, well, you couldn't have been too traumatized because you went to a Taylor Swift concert. Asking when the Taylor Swift concert was. Baby, the Taylor Swift concert was 2 months after this incident. They had nerve to tell that woman, well, you weren't too traumatized because you went to a Taylor Swift concert. I'm sorry, what? See, yeah. I'm going to leave that right there. I got more to say, but I'm going to probably save it for the teacher project or a private conversation with my members because suffice to say, it made me think about some things. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right. Let's talk about Nicki Minaj being MAGA. Honestly, it's not that deep, but I haven't been here in a couple of days and it came up. So we're going to talk about it. And then we're going to end on Tamar. So if you've been waiting for Tamar, we're about to get to Tamar. Give me a few minutes to get through this. Let me get through this Nicki Minaj situation. I think that was pretty much everything I had on my list. The Turkey Hut guy, he got another weapons charge. I think I did have that. He got another weapons charge. Oh, no, I do have a few more things. All right, well, I ain't been live in a couple of days. I'll add this to tomorrow because I do want to talk about this TikTok lawsuit that I've been following. I might ask Tracy to pull this one for me because this might be juicy. Alienation of affection. That might be a good one. I might ask Tracy if she can pull that one. So we'll come back to that. Jake Paul said he's canceled the fight against Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is being sued. Hold on. Gervonta Davis is now being sued. And if y'all don't know who Gervonta Davis is, he's a boxer. They call him Tank. He's from Baltimore. Hold on, let me scroll. Gervonta Davis is being sued for allegedly attacking, choking, and kidnapping his ex-girlfriend at a Miami club just weeks before he's supposed to be fighting Jake Paul. Now, let me say this. So Jake Paul has now canceled it. And then Jake Paul released this statement. He released this statement. Did I delete it? No, here it is right here. Gervonta Davis is an actual walking human piece of garbage. Working with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, to numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits. If you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man can commit. I didn't want to give this woman abuser a platform to grow his fans and to grow his bank account. My company champions women. I'm so sorry to everyone involved, mostly to the undercard fighters, to my team at MVP, and to my team who worked so hard prepping for this fight, sacrificing time with loved ones and kids just for this fool to lose his unintelligent mind again. It's scary that devilish men like this can rise to the top of culture and sports, including in positions of power. I hope you people moving forward look beyond his fake streetwear pieces and search for something deeper to be a fan of. As for me, it's on to the next one. As always, anyone, anytime, any place. Jake. Let me say this. Yes, the briefcase. We're gonna yes, Don. Yes. Let me take this. On one hand, thank you, Jake Paul. Thank you. I appreciate that you are sacrificing money and you I appreciate that you're taking a stand. I appreciate that you're taking a stand. But on the flip side, this ain't nothing new. Gervonta Davis has been arrested multiple times for DV. Just because the women chose not to press charges don't mean that it didn't happen. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, thank you for taking a stand. And maybe he's like, enough is enough. Maybe he was like, I tried to look past it. I tried to do this and do that, but he keeps doing it. You know, I don't know. You said, ain't this the same person who made fame for showing unalive folk in the sacred forest? Right message, wrong messenger. Was that him? That was him, wasn't it? He part of the reason why we got all these damn rules on YouTube now. Tracy, you missed that. There's a case I want to see if we can pull. I say we. You. The alienation of affection case. What's that lady's name? She's a TikToker. Bree. Yeah, we met our goal. I'm about to before we get out of here, I'm gonna gift the memberships. But there's that. All right, let's get into this Nicki Minaj real quick. So Nicki Minaj, Donald Trump came down to the internet talking about the Christians who are being persecuted in Nigeria. Okay. Let me read what the president said, child. He said, Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Excuse me. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. But that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered like is happening in Nicaragua, something must be done. And I'm asking Congress, the Congress that's not open, what are you asking Congress to do, Trump? The Congress that's not open? That Congress? Oh. So Nicki Minaj responds and says, reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries all around the world are being affected by this horror, and it's dangerous to pretend we don't notice. Thank you to the president and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer. He said Nigeria. Now, one of her fans, one of the Barbs, said, Nicki, as a diehard fan who genuinely sticks beside you through every single scandal, you cozying up to this effing loser, I might actually have to tap out. We live in a country that wants to weaponize religion so your gay fans can be persecuted. And it goes on from there. So this was Nicki's response to, she got a lot of back. I think they said she lost like 100,000 subscribers, and a lot of her mainly LGBTQIA subscribers are upset with her. So this is what she responded. Imagine hearing that Christians are being murdered and making it about you being gay. When my home was swatted multiple times with my innocent toddler inside, with maybe 20 officers with guns drawn pointed at our home due to political corruption, you being gay couldn't save me. Expecting someone to stay oppressed, abused, targeted, harassed, and consistently ignored by public figures who were supposed to be helping them says more about you than it does anyone else. I'd advocate for you the same way that I'm advocating for murdered Christians in Nigeria, like I always have. Just remember that. Diligently, compassionately, just remember that part too. LOL. And I know you're not a diehard fan. Let me think about it if I want to block you for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Love you. Child. So that's Nicki, child. That's Nicki. Now let's get into the Tamar of it all. Let's get into the Tamar of it all. Wow, Angela. Tell us how you really feel. You live with a ex-offender, you vile, worthless, silicone-made wretch. You don't have privacy. My God. Well, tell us how you really feel, love. All right. Hold on. While I'm doing. So the attorney for the Braxtons is tired of, he is tired of Tamar. He is tired of Tamar. He is tired of all of the speculation. He is tired of this show. So let me tell you some of what he done said. Somebody said he did a podcast with the brother. I'm not sure where it was, but hold on. I think I saved. I'm gonna let this one clip play while I connect us to El Teddy. We're about to head over to El Teddy's in a few minutes. Hold on. Okay, here it is right here.
I mean, you gotta do what you're told. I prepared it. I typed it. I put every period, every sentence, every comma, every letter on it. It was mine. I sent it. I stand by it. It was legally done. It was purposely done. The reason why it was done was a legal reason. That legal reason still exists, and I don't want people to leave or to operate into labor with the unfortunate idea that it was Tony Braxton, Trina Braxton, Tawanda Braxton, Evelyn Braxton, Tracy Braxton that sent that cease and desist. It was not. It was not. Let's just be clear. So,
first of all, he said, I want to be very clear. It wasn't Evelyn. It wasn't Tony. It wasn't Trina. It wasn't Tawanda. And just in case y'all decide to get real jiggy, it wasn't Tracy either. And we already know Tracy ain't even here. He said, I just want to be clear and let y'all know. Okay? That's what he said.
I understand that, people want to drag the narrative that these sisters got together and colluded to send the cease and desist. No. The sisters did not send it. The sisters didn't even know it was being sent. Let's just be honest about
it. He said the sisters didn't even know it was being sent. Now, I will say this. The sisters found out after the fact, because I do believe that Tamar said something. Now, that I believe. But Tamar, we're going to let this play. I'm going to let, we still.
There are more Braxtons that have my telephone number than just the women. There are more Braxtons that I
And this is what we've been saying from the beginning. Kim, you've been saying it. Well, not from the beginning. I ain't going to lie. But we've been saying this for about 2 weeks now, maybe even 3 weeks, that it was the brother. It was Michael. It was the brother that sent the cease and desist. But he's making it very clear it was none of the women
represented in that family than just the women.
So if the cease and desist has to be requested by someone, how do you send a cease and desist on someone's behalf? If it's not one of the sisters, right, who did it, who orders a cease and desist? So it would appear that either we know that you represent the Braxtons. At some point, all the Braxtons or Tony or what have you. Who else will be able to order such a thing?
Let me say this. the recipient of the cease and desist knows exactly who asked for the cease and desist because that person's name is in the cease and desist. And if they keep playing with me, I'm going to publish the cease and desist. Because
so the man said, Tamar, the name was on the cease and desist. Now, I know before y'all start yelling at me, y'all gonna say, really, B, we told you that. I know y'all did. I know we had that conversation. Congratulations, Bossy Don Diva, Sassy Yvonne, Andrea Belcher, Pet to Pet, and CJ Tabari. You guys got a gifted membership. Congratulations. Don't thank me. Thank the people in the chat that gave towards the goal. We met the goal, so I gave some more. I told you guys if we hit our goal, I was going to give some more memberships. So that is what we did. Okay, so don't thank me. Thank the people who contributed. Okay. All right. I said what I said. Hold on. I said what I said. We're going to come back to it. Okay.
I have permission from my client to do it at this point. Because you keep playing in these people's face.
Now I understand. Okay.
If you get a cease and desist, you're going to know exactly who it came from.
Yeah.
You're not going to question it. It's going to tell you who's sending it, on whose behalf it's being sent, what they're saying you did, and what they're saying you need to stop doing.
Okay, why would have this attitude as if one of the sisters have done it if she knows very clearly what is in that cease and desist? Why would she make this big to do against her family or discord against her family? Why would that even happen?
Bro, I have no idea. I can't speak for why people do what people do. I can only speak to the facts. And the facts is that neither one of the women that's sitting around that table nor their mother had any idea that cease and desist was being sent when it was sent. They didn't know. So I'm surprised. I was surprised, as you all are, when I saw the scene, because I'm thinking, guys, this is ridiculous. This whole thing is going to get.
Now, he also went on to explain about the delivery of the cease and desist. And what he said was, first of all, he said nobody gave him the address. Now, this is what the attorney is saying. The attorney said he didn't say nobody. He said none of the sisters gave him the address. He said none of the sisters. So again, Michael could have still been the one to give the address. Number two, he said nobody knocked on her door. She lives in an apartment with a concierge. He said that the cease and desist was inside of an envelope marked confidential, and it was left at the front desk with Tamar's name on it. He said nobody knocked on that woman's door. Nobody went upstairs. She lives in a building with a concierge, and you can't just walk up to her door. Now, that's what he said. So here's why I said, Tamar, you lying, because this is what I'm going to say. And this is where I say, Tamar, your message gets lost in your delivery. Do I think that those women knew? Absolutely. I can't say when they found out. I can't say whether they knew on the front end or on the back end, but they certainly knew before they sat down at that table. They knew. They knew when they sat down at that table, they knew. But so did Tamar. But so did Tamar. You see what I'm saying? Tamar, you knew when you sat down at that table who sent the cease and desist. Now, and this is what I tell my students. Ask the question you really want to ask. What the question that you really want to ask is, did y'all know? Who else knew? And what is the end goal? See, You got to use your words, Tamar. But you just sitting there talking about who sent it. Y'all trying to shut my business down. Girl, you mad at the wrong person. And I understand that you were filming a scene with your sisters and you weren't filming a scene with your brother. And I believe that you believe that they were in collusion with your brother, which they probably were. But Tamar, you knew. When you sat at that table, you knew who sent that damn paperwork. You knew. So the things that you were saying were not correct. But had you worded your issues differently, I would still be 100% with you on it. Because I absolutely believe that when Tamar got that paperwork, Tamar said in the group text, who the hell sent this damn cease and desist? And I believe that those sisters went radio silent. I absolutely believe that part of her story. I believe that she asked, and I believe that they ignored her. I believe it. I believe that Miss Evelyn ain't even telling her. That I believe. But you knew who sent the damn cease and desist, Tamar. And I did say that before. I said, now, cease and desist got to have a name on it. You don't just send no anonymous cease and desist. You don't just send no damn anonymous cease and desist. I'm sorry, Phil. I'm going to read your super chat now, boo. Phil said, Tamar said on the Nene interview that they live in the same building. Trina said at the table, the documents had the name on it. All are still wrong. Who lives in the same building? Her and her mama? Because Trina lives in a house and Tawana lives in a house. We know Tawana lives in a house because Tamar said she helped pay for it. But I know she said her and her mama live together. Yeah, because the brother sent a cease and desist to Ashley. Ashley told us when she got back from filming the podcast, she went live to talk about it. And she said, I can't speak on it because my parental unit, I don't even think she called him her father. I think she said something like my parental unit or something. He sent me a cease and desist. Oh, Tamar and Nene live in the same building. Oh, got you. Because I know at one point Tamar was living with her mom. So this is what I mean, Tamar. You starting to get, I'm holding my keys. Well, I am about to go out of here and give me something to eat. But Tamar, you started getting a little bit of momentum. You started getting a little bit of public support because the people feel like they playing in your face. But when you lie about something so basic, now you got people going, like me, going, see, every time I try to, give you the benefit of the doubt, Tay-Tay, every time I try to say, well, look at what they doing, they gaslighting her, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Had you just worded everything differently, it would be a different conversation. Had you said, listen, I know who sent the cease and desist, but I believe that y'all are a part of it. Now, that's a different conversation. I know who sent the cease and desist, but I believe that y'all are colluding against me. Now, that's a different conversation. But for you to sit there and act like you didn't know nothing about it, you didn't know who sent it, you didn't know what it was about, come on, Tay-Tay. Wait, if the sisters don't know it was being sent, confirmed by the lawyer, how would they know if she asked them via text? Wait a minute. When she didn't have enough common sense to read the document. That's true, Kim. But that's why I believe that she said something in a group text, but I don't believe that's what she said. I don't believe that Tamar said, who sent me this cease and desist. That's not what I believe she said. I believe in the group messaging, she says something a little different. You see what I'm saying? I believe in the group messaging, she said something a little different. Again, just because I've been sort of empathizing with Tay-Tay these last couple of weeks does not mean that I have forgotten the antics of Tamar Braxton. And like I said, Tamar, your story gets lost in your antics every time. You could be making a very valid point and it gets lost in your antics every time. What the lawyer said is that the sisters didn't know ahead of time. Now, only thing I can go by is the conversation that he had with his client, who in this case isn't any of the sisters. Now, you're right. We don't know for a fact, and he don't know for a fact that the sisters didn't know before the cease and desist was sent. What we do know, what he can attest to, is he didn't talk to any of the sisters, and he didn't consult with any of the sisters before he sent the cease and desist. That's all he can attest to. He can't attest to whether it was sent or not. I mean, whether they knew or not. All he can say is, I didn't talk to them. They didn't ask me to send it. They didn't pay me. I'm not retained by them. You see what I'm saying? But that's a valid point. He can't say they didn't know. He can say, I didn't talk to them, and they didn't know from me. I said what I said. She's not lying. Her words are just misclear. No, she's lying. For her to say she didn't know who sent it and it's on the paperwork, which I do believe, because I've seen cease and desist before. You can't just randomly send somebody a cease and desist without telling them what they ceasing and desisting. And why you have the authority to send them a cease and desist. Like, I can't send Don a cease and desist and tell him to stop talking about Bell Collective. I don't have any authority in Bell Collective. I'm not being hurt by his conversation and his commentary on Bell Collective. If now Latrice Rogers can send him a cease and desist and say, I need you to stop slandering my name as it relates to Bell Collective. You see what I'm saying? So no, Tamar is lying. Now, do I think that she is being dramatic and she's not getting her point across? Yes. But she is lying. She's lying. For her to say she didn't know who sent it, she knew who sent it. She knew. Now, maybe she believes that Michael was put up to it. Maybe she believes that there was more to the story. Kim said, you can, it's just not as effective. Okay. I didn't think you could even do it, but okay. Why didn't Tony not get the same thing? Because she wanted Ashley on the show. Because she didn't actually, per chat GPT. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, boo. I'm going to say my opinion on that is because Tony, they didn't actually bring her on the show. Her having a conversation with Tamar saying, I want to bring her on the show versus actually inviting her to be on the show is two different things. You said she's not lying. Well, what's your definition of a lie? Because I need to know what your definition of a lie is. I want to know what I need to know what your definition of a lie is. I mean, I get it that you saying that Tay is just misspeaking. She's still, that's fine. You can misspeak and still be telling a lie. It was about the podcast, right? Because Tamar actually invited Ashley, and Ashley was actually doing, she actually had done the podcast. So if it was a situation where, like Tony's saying, I think Ashley would be a good on the show, but Tamar, but Tony didn't actually extend the invitation to Ashley. That's different. That's a different conversation. I think if production had actually reached out to Ashley to have her on the well, she was on the show, but to tell her story on the show, let me say that. Because notice we saw Ashley, and she talked about her feelings and all of that, but we didn't see Ashley tell her story. Ashley didn't tell her story on the show. Really, B, do you not think it's weird the way the sisters played along responding to Tamar? What you mean? I find it interesting that they didn't just, and I said this before, why y'all couldn't just tell that girl? Like, even if, and I agree, she was being extra over the top, yada, 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 but why y'all didn't just tell that girl? Y'all could have just told that girl. Michael sent it. It wasn't us, it was Michael. But y'all were acting like it was it was a CIA secret and y'all couldn't say it. That's why I'm saying I'm not fully saying I'm throwing everything out with Tamar. I still feel like they playing in her face. I still feel like they gaslighting the fuck out of her because that's all y'all had to say. All y'all had to say to that woman was, it was Michael. But we agree with him. Well, remember, Ashley said other things too. Ashley didn't just talk about her experience with Gabe and Trina. She also talked about being abused by her father. She told some things about her relationship with her father, about her stepmother being abusive and her father allowing it. And so she told, and then she talked about her sister who died of an overdose. She got into some other family stuff. Like the public held on to the more salacious stuff that was connected to the Braxton sisters, but she told a whole lot more. If you go back and, I mean, she might have taken them down now because of the cease and desist, but if you go back and find some people, I'm sure some people done cut and pasted them and reposted them. Hell, I might have even reposted, because I know we talked about it. Hell, I might have even reposted it. But she talked about a lot of other stuff, which is probably what Michael wanted her to stop talking about. Kim said because she read the document with his name on it, why did the sisters need to confirm it? Okay. Touche. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. I still ain't figured out what I want for dinner yet. I don't know. All I know is I don't feel like cooking. I'm going to cook tomorrow, though, because I already know what I'm going to cook. I already know what I have planned for tomorrow. So I'm going to cook for tomorrow. But I don't feel like cooking tonight. But I'm about to run out here and figure it out. I don't want anything delivered because by the time I pay a delivery fee, I can go pick it up. I just don't know what I have a taste for. I just don't. I still don't know what I have. I know some of y'all said seafood. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out, though. All right, y'all. We about to head out. We about to head over to El Teddy's house. Y'all, I'm sure he's full on in his sugar spike. Maybe not. But we about to head over there now. We will be doing the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City at 9:30-ish, 9:15-ish. And I will see you guys later. Peace.